3
Sorry.
railway engines.
Wait, no.
Edward's day out. Once upon a time, there was a little engine called Edward. He lived in a shed with 5 other engines. They were all bigger than Edward, and boasted about that.
Well, you see, the driver won't choose you again, said Gordon one day. He prefers big and strong engines just like us, you small little bastard.
Because Gordon is right, Edward hadn't been out for a long time. And he began to get depressions. Like, that's what happens if you don't get out.
I have crippling depression.
Just then, the driver and fireman came along to start work. The driver looked at Edward.
Here, you dirty little thing. What are you doing, crying like a baby? Would you want to come out, huh? Well, fat chance you're not going to get it.
That's what the driver wanted to say. But in reality, he said,
look at the poor bastard. He seems to be in dire need of a good run. Let's get him out and bash some coaches about with him, huh?
Yes, I wouldn't mind that, especially if that means I get out of here and away from these fat bastards.
Said Edward. Saw the fireman, put a match in his firebox, and thought that would make a nice love steam. Because he watched too much Laurie's Mechanical Marvels. Then the driver pulled the lever, and Edward started to leave the bastards in the shed.
So long, you fat fucks!
The others were very cross at being left behind.
Oh shit, girls, it's the old bastard! Oh, Edward, please be careful!
Said the coaches.
Fuck us like the other engines do!
Edward heard the coaches. So he did.
Causing about 10 grand of property damage.
And massive train delays.
Oh,
Now get us to the station, you old fuck!
said the coaches
Well,
kindly.
fuck you then.
They went to the station where the people were waiting.
Get in quickly, you layabouts. We don't have all day.
So the people got up quickly, and Edward waited happily for the guards to blow his whistle and wave his fucking flag. He waited and waited. There was no whistle and no fucking flag.
Where's that fucker? Has he been laying about at the pub again?
Edward was starting to feel his depressions again. The driver fireman asked the station master.
Yeah, my dear good man, station master. Have you seen the fucking guard about? We're waiting for him. We're going to have to send a rail replacement service if he doesn't show up in time. And you know what people will say then, huh?
No, he said. They asked the porter.
You don't know what people are going to say if we've got to get a rail replacement service, don't you? Well, people will say this is a fucking tight railway, will they? Well, come on, let's ask somebody else then. Only incompetent fucks around here.
Yes, last night.
So I was right.
Told you there were only incompetent bastards around.
So I was right. The bastard was at the pub again.
After the characters decided to shut up and let the narrator talk, Edward began to feel a big burst of rage.
I knew it! The fucker was at the pub again!
He said. Just then a little boy shouted.
Here he comes!
Look, there's the guard coming! What a pity, I hate trains! I want to ride on the bus! Mommy, can't we ride on a bus? Also, there's far too much...
No, we can't ride on a bus! We paid very well for this train!
No, Mom! Train's stuck!
And there the guy was running down the hill, almost tripping, with his fucking flags in one hand and a half-eaten moldy sandwich in the other.
Don't forget the pound of beer in his back pocket.
He ran onto the platform, blew his whistle,
Red in the face.
and jumped into his fucking van. Edward finally
Red in the
puffed
face
off.
because it was still drunk.
Exactly.
He did not have a happy day because he's resentful. All the children ran to wave as he went past, but he just ignored them. And he met old
Fuck
friends
them
at all the
kids.
stations and just started insulting them. What a bitch!
Old bastard!
He worked so poorly that the driver promised him to never take him out again. However, there was an engine shortage, so he had to.
Have you heard that? I can act like a bitch and they still take me out. What do you think of that?
But he didn't hear what they thought, for he was so fucking offended that he fell asleep at once. Edward and Gordon. One of the engines in Edward's shed was called Gordon. You already knew that, but I'm going to tell you anyway. He was very big, very gay, and very proud.
Yeah, as I'm very big, all the other things are not true, except I'm very proud of myself. Yes.
You fat bastard!
Well, little Edward, you call me a fat bastard all you want, but you'll wait and see until I thunder through this shed with the express. Next week, yes, next week, or is it actually tomorrow, or is it today? I can't remember actually, my driver knows the schedules, yes. But you wait and see until I thunder through with the express. That'll make a splendid sight for you. Also,
Yeah.
did I say thunder through this shed with the express? I meant,
You did.
yes, around the shed, of course.
The
Don't want to
fastest
crash
engine
into
on
any
soda.
walls. I am the fastest engine on soda, but I'm also suffering from dementia. you see.
Said Gordon at 2 years of age.
Anyway, said
Just then,
Gordon,
the
be
driver
that
pulled
as
the
it may, but as I said, it'll be a splendid sight for you, you little git.
Just
Too
then,
bad, I'm short-sighted.
Just then, his driver pulled the lever.
Yes, short-sighted, eh? I'm thankful to get you out of my sight, that's for sure. Goodbye, little Edward, and look out for me this afternoon, or I might bump into you.
Edward went off too, offended, to do some shunting.
Fat fuck, who does he think he is?
Edward hated shunting. Playing with trucks it just didn't feel right to him. He was a tender engine after all. He was so angry that he would come out quietly and bash into them.
Come along, you wooden bastards!
Stop, please!
Screamed the trucks. Then he would stop, and the fucking trucks would go bump into each other.
Why?
They laughed again. Edward pushed them until
No
they were
need.
running nicely, and when they weren't expecting it, he would just stop. One of them would be sure to run to another line, onto the main line, where they could crash into some other engine.
Crime!
Edward played till there were no more trucks. Then he stopped to rest. Presently, he heard a distant whistle. Gordon came puffing along, very slowly and very crossly. It wasn't dignified.
Well,
Instead of
celebration!
nice shining coaches, he was pulling a lot of very dirty coal trucks.
A fucking goods train, it's disgraceful, Oh, the shame of it, the shame of it, the shame of it.
He grumbled. He slowly
So-
went through, giving Edward a side-eye, with the trucks clattering and banging behind him. Edward...
Oh, it's you little bastard. Couldn't you have taken this train?
Well, as you said, I'm not strong enough. So be off, you fat fuck.
Oh, fuck you.
Edward laughed and went to find some more trucks.
Oh, where are these other fuckers?
Soon afterwards, a port came and spoke to his driver.
Gordon can't get up the hill. Could you take Edward and push him up, please? He's very lazy.
They found Gordon halfway up the hill, and rather annoyed, his driver and fireman were shouting at him.
Come on, you fat gob! Get a move on!
They
Your
told
brothers
him,
can pull more
Oh,
than this!
you shut up, you lazy bastards. What do you do all day anyways, huh? You sit down there in my cab getting lovely train rides. I do all the work. These noisy trucks hold an engine back, you know as well as I do. If they were coaches, I tell you. Nice and clean, sensible and gorgeous, pretty things that would come quietly. That would be different, but not with these fuckers behind me.
Edward's driver came up.
Here, we've come to push your feckin' lazy train up the hill.
Good luck. That fat bastard is locked in place as if they welded him to the rails. Stupid big
Yes,
engines.
for one
Not
thing,
worth their money.
I do agree with you. It's no use at all, I tell you. That little weak bastard down there isn't strong enough to push me up the hill. Ha! You wait and see, you fat git!
They brought the train back to the bottom of the hill. I don't know what that does, but it seems important. Edward came up behind the brakeman, ready to push.
Alright, I'm ready and don't give me any bullshit now.
Ah, you and your bullshit yourself. It's no good, I tell you.
The guard blew his whistle, and they pulled and pushed as hard as they could. Well, Edward did it at least.
I can't do it, I tell you. It's far too fucking... For goodness sake, I'm slurring my words already, I say. I'm that overworked. Oh, God.
If you won't do it, I'll try it. And if it kills me...
I'm going to put my brakes on in a minute if you say one more word, you stupid bastard.
Oh, then you will need some new brake blocks.
Said the
Yeah,
football.
we'll see about that. You'll need some new cylinders if I know.
Edward pushed and
Go on.
puffed and puffed and pushed as hard as ever he could. And almost before he realized it, Gordon was gone.
Hey, look at me, I've done it, huh, and all on my own as well. That little bastard down there didn't help a bit. Goodbye, see you later, little Edward.
He didn't wait to say thank you, but ran on
What?
so fast that he passed 2 stations before his driver could make him stop. Edward had pushed
Yes.
so hard that when he had got to the top, he was almost dead. Gore ran so fast that Edward was just left behind at the top.
To die.
The guard waved and waved, with his dominant arm as well that he used for jacking. But Edward couldn't catch up. He ran on to the next station, and there the driver and fireman said they were very pleased with him. The fireman gave him a nice long drink of water, and the driver said,
Well, see you next year. I work so much, you fucking cheat. I suppose I'm going to have to get out my pot of paint tomorrow and sacrifice my precious free time to give you a new coat of paint. So be fucking grateful, you stupid kettle.
The sad story of Henry. Once an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. It went into a tunnel and squeaked through its funnel and never came out again. The engine's name was Henry. His driver and fireman argued with him, but against their efforts, he wouldn't move.
Oh, I'm not gonna spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes for you, bastards.
He said. The guard blew his whistle, but he had no more breath, and waved his flags till his arms ached. But Henry still stayed in the tunnel, like the bitch he
What the
was.
fuck do you think doing that will do? I'm not gonna move just 'cause you blow a whistle.
He said,
Fucking dumbass.
and blew steam at them. The passengers came and argued too, but Henry just ignored them.
Fuck you lot too. I'm not leaving and spoiling my lovely green paint and red stripes for you. After all, Edward just thinks I'm a green Gordon. I guess I'm not all that needed around here.
Well, let me tell you, I'm Edward's driver. I'm also here, by the way, because I am now a passenger on this train. I tell you, you cannot catch a break on this stupid fucking railway.
A fat director who's on the train, conveniently, also the director of the railway, told the guard to get a rope.
Right, you stood there blowing your whistle like a daft bastard. Go get your rope. Okay, we're gonna pull the train out. Now you might be thinking, pulling a train, a full steam engine, with its brakes on and its coaches, is extremely unrealistic. Well, you're right, but we're gonna try it anyway.
But Henry only blew some steam at him and made him wet.
You bastard, how
Oh,
dare you.
fuck you cunt. I don't want to move, and you're not going to make me move.
Disgraceful.
Look at me, I'm heading the same way again.
Now I am moist, you foolish bastard.
They hooked the rope on and all pulled, except the fat director, as if that made a difference.
Well, you see, my doctor has forbidden me to pull. Bad for my knees, you see.
They pulled and pulled and pulled. But because they were stupid, Henry stayed in the tunnel.
Yeah, I knew I would win against, what is it, maybe 15 of you there. Must be a rather small train I'm pulling. Not like I'd know.
Then they tried pushing from the other end.
Oh, these people are touching us, girls!
The fat director said.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and a push, my friends.
Well, it didn't help.
No, my doctor has also forbidden me to push. That one's bad for me back, you see.
Oh my god, you might be my boss, but you fat bastard, just shut up, you lazy bitch.
It's my railway, I shall not be working on it.
Then Edward's driver hit the fat controller with his cane.
You cheeky son of a bitch, how dare you crumple my hat? I should have you sacked for this if I wasn't so in need of staff to deal with these stupid fucking trains.
That's it, I quit. You can stuff your fucking job.
After the narrator was interrupted for a third time, he said, they pushed and pushed and pushed. But still Henry stayed in the tunnel. At last another train came. The guard waved his red flag and stopped it. The 2 engine drivers, the 2 firemen, and the 2 guards went and argued with Henry, because more is more, I guess.
Look, it stopped raining.
They said.
Yes, it's stopped raining for now, but it'll definitely start again soon. I mean, are you daft? Look at the clouds. Dark grey up there.
Oh, you're not only an engine, you're a fucking meteorologist now, are you? Or what do they call these people on the television?
Why are you studying meatballs?
Television isn't invented yet.
Like I care.
Radio.
So they brought the other engine up, and it pushed and puffed and puffed and pushed as hard as ever it could. But still Henry stayed in the tunnel. Who would have guessed? So they gave it up. They told Henry,
we shall leave you there, you rambunctious fuck, and you can stay there for always and always and Edgar Allan Poe always.
Oh dear.
But Henry didn't care. They took up the old rails and built a wall in front of him. They also had to cut a new tunnel because Henry blocked the old one. Now Henry can't get out, and he watches the trains rushing through the new tunnel. He's very sad because no one will ever see his fucking green paint with red stripes again. But I think he deserved it. Don't you?
You bet I do! I was forced to build the second tunnel on my own! That fucking bastard, it's all his fault!
That's what happens when you talk back to your boss.
Edward, Gordon, and Henry. You remember when we said Henry was left to starve in the tunnel, right? Yeah, that was a lie. Edward and Gordon often went through the tunnel where Henry was shut up. Edward would say,
Hello, you green fuck! Serves you right for being bricked up.
and Gordon would say,
Serves you right, I quite agree with the little prick there. I don't usually, but yeah. Fuck you.
Poor Henry had no steam to answer. His fire had gone out. Soot and dirt from the tunnel roof had spoiled his lovely green paint and red stripes. I think he deserved it. He was cold and unhappy. I wanted to come out and pull trains too. Gordon always pulled the express. He was proud of being the only engine competent enough to do so. There were many heavy coaches
Yes, I quite agree.
full of important people like the fat director who had punished Henry.
Yes, expresses are for fat directors, and fat directors can't.
Gordon was seeing how fast he could go.
Hurry along. Hurry.
He panted.
Jack, let's get to the terminus station quick before that fat bastard in the buffet car gets to eat all the food on his own, huh?
What's the George know is I've already locked everyone out. It's just me, a buffet, and 70 miles of railway.
Tricky truck! Oh my god, you're going too fast! That fat fuck is eating up all our food!
Gordon could see Henry's tunnel in front.
Oh, yes. In a minute, I'll poop at Henry. Not like you think right now. Not like you're thinking right now. No. I'm not that vulgar. No! You horrible bastards! I'm not that vulgar. That's all in your minds, isn't it? And then I'll rush through and out into the open again and let that tunnel meet its maker. Oh, no. Wait. That was poorly phrased, wasn't it? Oh, never mind.
Closer and closer he came. He was almost there when crack! He was in a cloud of steam and going slower and slower. His driver stopped the train.
Oh, what has happened to me?
Puberty.
I feel like I've got an horrible case of indigestion. Oh, I think I'm going to poop for real now. I feel so horribly weak.
If you ask me, Gordon, I think you've got COVID-19.
Oh no! That means I had to get bricked up and quarantined like Henry.
So,
Did I get it from him? Oh, that bastard. He should have worn a mask in that tunnel.
That's what the wall is for, if you look at where the wall is.
Gordon made a face at Henry and blew smoke at him.
Oh, look at him. He's laughing at me now. Go around contracting COVID-19 and then laugh about it, eh? Like some stupid schoolboy. That'll do you, Henry.
Everybody got out and came to see Gordon.
Watch the charge here, enjoying a meal, a succulent buffet meal. Watch the holder up. And these big engines going wrong. Oh, send for another one. I need this buffet on the move right now.
While the guy went away to find one, they uncoupled Gordon and ran him on his hiding out of the way. The only engine left in his shed was Edward.
Oh, bastard.
Well, what do you mean the fat fuck broke his safety valve?
Gordon saw him coming.
Oh dear God, not him again. Him and his profanities. Oh.
Hello, Gordon!
Besides, he won't be able to. He won't be able to pull the train. You know, he's all talk and no work.
No bitches.
Also, but still, Edward, don't get too near. Don't get too near to Henry, will you? You'll get yourself some corona.
Edward puffed and pulled and puffed, but as expected, he couldn't move the heavy coaches.
They're just too fat. Did you forget to grease the frickin' bearings?
We're not fat, excuse you!
I told you so. Oh, I suppose if there's no other alternative, I suppose we'll have to let Henry try, even at the risk of him infecting everybody.
Yes.
If you let me pull the train, I'll give you a fine selection of beers. You know, I've got Bud Light, I've got Budweiser, I've got Corona.
Budweiser!
That's
Filthy
an offer.
American beer. That's your first suggestion. Oh.
That's an offer I cannot refuse. I've got to get this buffet moving pronto. So yes, I will let Henry try and pull the train. Will you pull this train, Henry?
Boy, I think I will.
So Gordon's driving fireman lit his fire. Some plate layers broke down the wall and put back the rails in 10 minutes. And when Henry had steam up in 10 minutes, Henry puffed out. He was.
That's my workforce.
Oh, I'm
Paid well and working hard.
deaf. Oh, I'm deaf. Oh,
grown.
they'll give you such a crick in the wheels.
The horny bastard has a stiffy.
Goodness gracious. These big engines are rather prolific.
Yes, I quite agree. They're very
back to my buffet.
They're very polemic, aren't they?
Henry came back feeling better, and they put him in front. I guess it's post-not clarity.
Well, everyone get in now. I'm ready to go.
The Fat Controller got into his buffet car.
Oh
Edward
yes.
and Henry prepared to take the train.
Now this is living.
Edward whistled.
Alright, Henry. Just wait until they uncoupled me and you can go off.
Would have been better if you had been off before Fatty got back on board.
What can I say? I sprinted to that buffet car.
If he cracks through the floorboards, we'll lose some ballast.
Well, that's the
It'll be so hard
That's
for us
fastest.
to start once the fatties in there.
fastest I've ever seen Fat Hat move.
The heavy coaches jerked and began to move, slowly at first, then faster and faster.
Even
We've done
managing
it
this with the
together.
fat
We've
brat on
done it
board.
together. Alright, you say what you were gonna say.
How did we even manage to get that thing moving with the fat bastard on board?
I'm not quite sure, to be completely honest. But I'm just glad we've done it.
The coaches sang.
You've done it, hooray! Somehow, you've done it, hooray!
All the passengers were excited. The fat controller leaned out the window to wave to Edward and Henry.
Oh, yes, hello there, boys. Good running, swiftly now.
But the train was going so
Then-
fast, and the fat controller was so distracted with his eating that his hat blew off into a field. Where
Oh, you
ate
bastard,
potato.
you've taken me out.
The fat controller had wanted to eat the hat as well.
I was keeping a jelly under that thing for later, you thieving bastard.
That's my head now.
They never stopped till they came to the big station at the end of the line. The passengers all got out and said thank you, and the fat dictator promised Henry a new coat of paint.
Would you like a blue and red like my favourite slush puppy is?
Pardon?
A slush puppy, it's a drink. Anyway, continue. Would you
I-
like a blue and red?
I don't really think so, sir. I'd like to keep my green paint, to be honest.
Well, there's no green paint left, so you shall be painted blue and red like Edward and Gordon. Good day.
Oh my God! Don't tell me I'm going to have to repaint him.
Yep, bitch. Unfortunately, there's no one else there. As you can see,
Again?
I've lit up a stoogie in my mouth, and I'm just gonna sit there and watch you boys go to work. Nothing quite as hard as watching men work.
Edward and Henry went home quietly. On the way, they helped Gordon back to the shed. All friends are now
Well.
pretending to be great friends. Henry wasn't pleased when he had his new coat. He hated it, as all good engines do. But he doesn't mind the rain now, because he knows that the best way to keep his paint nice is to shout at the driver every evening to scrub this thing over until there's no piece of hair left on him.
Yay!
I thought it was to rub him down.
Meanwhile, there's just the blue engine smoking crack. That guy.
That is a zooted fella.
This Welsh
Never
cold really
realised it.
hits, man. It's something else.
Edward went away.
Oh, that's old
To find some
bastard's
coaches.
going out on his own, huh?
Edward went
Random
away.
well,
fact.
Some coaches.
Well, we'll
That
see about
illustration-
that.
The fucking fat cunt.
That illustration just there is clipped. In the book, the engine next to Gordon is doing the PogChamp face,
Through
Yeah.
the pain.
but you can't see it.
Pock through the pain.
He's pogging through the pain.
Edward did not have a happy day because he's just. Fuck, I don't know the word in English.
Well, that sucks.
Are you looking on translate now?
Are you looking it up?
No.
I told you.
Hold on.
that there's a lot of incompetent bastards around here who can't even speak proper English. Because the driver was a horrible imperialist.
Second
What?
try.
Which driver was a Tory?
All right, unrelated guys. Look where his back steps are. They're like under the fire.
It's amazing.
What the
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. That's just for easy access.
Yeah.
That's just in case you
See,
need to quick
Dolby.
one.
See, people don't give Dolby enough credit. He was a great mind.
Why?
They laughed again. Edward pushed them until they were running nicely.
They laughed. Why?
I don't know,
That's
Jinty
a funny way
laughed.
to say it.
They're just maniacs. They like pain.
They're just kinky like that.
Well, as my father likes to say, beat him up until they start laughing.
What?
What?
Edward pushed them until
I'm
they were...
concerned about how your childhood was.
Oh god.
Get absolutely pranked, you shilly bastard. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. Today we're pranking Henry the Green Engine because he won't leave the channel. What a loser. It's just a prank, Henry. Get over it.
He doesn't even care about the engines, he just wants the buffet.
I demand ice buns, crumpets, and a nice glass of Chardonnay.